Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today, please remember to subscribe and turn on that notification button. And let's begin. So today we will be making a shop. To begin, we will start with a, a brick apart and put it on brick material. We'll we'll scale it till it's on the right height that you need it. So for me, I'm making kind of a big shop, so this is a good size. And then we're gonna have that duplicated. And we're just gonna move it through arrow. Choose the width that you want. I think this is wide enough. And then we're gonna press Ctrl D again. And we're gonna change that material, let's say to concrete and to yellow. Okay, now since we have that done, we need like some sort of a frame or a base for this to make it look realistic, like an attachment. So to do that, we're gonna do Ctrl D, change the color to dark, and then we're gonna make the attachment. There you have it. One base attachment, and then we're just gonna Control D. Another one for this one. Here we go. Make sure it's even. This one's even. And now hit Shift and click both of them and do Control D. There you have it. You got two beams for a store. Now I wanted some sort of framework on the outside. So I'm just gonna hit another Control D. I'm gonna make it rise over the frame that we did for that block. But the only difference is the material will be different. So I wanted to make it more of a concrete material. Make sure it just goes in just slightly into the base so it looks like it's attached and there are no spaces in between. And then I'm gonna make it into a block. Control D again. For this, we're not gonna really have a base like we did for the other one. We're more just gonna have a, say, screws or something close to that. So that seems about good. We're ready to Control D. That seems about right. Okay, now we're just gonna do Control D again. That one, and that's it. Now we're gonna duplicate this. So in order to do that, we can just put that like that. Hit Shift and deselect that one, and deselect the ground, and do Control D. Now I said to deselect the ground is because, first of all, I've actually noticed that that's not a really good color. So I'm going to change it and I'm going to scale it. And that's a better color. Now we're going to start with the entrance. Before actually we start with the entrance, let us finish the ceiling. The patio. So we're going to make it like that. Now, I suggest never use the glass material for a couple of reasons. That you cannot see on the, you can see it's see-through, but there are some stuff that will become invisible. So I like to make smooth plastic, blue, and then go to properties and just make it transparent a little. There, you got it. Remember, everything must be anchored. See, nothing's anchored, so I'll just, if I hit run, okay. You see, everything just fell apart. Gonna hit stop. And I'm just gonna select everything and anchor it. Now, what I wanted here to put is some sort of rail to direct a person where how they're gonna go. So I'm gonna do is put the rail about over here. Click F, just get a better view. I want the rail over here. Now it might seem I'm missing, but as I said, we're gonna be putting a frame. When it comes to building, it's all about frames. That's what makes things look good. Okay, I'm gonna do Control D again. Hit F, hit gray, and just expand it to the way you need it. If this seems good, thanks. It doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna select both of them and hit duplicate. Actually, yeah, it's Control Z. Okay, duplicate, and there you have it. Now, as you can see, I messed up a little bit scaling this. It's uneven, so I just need to rescale it correctly. And there. Now, as I said, everything comes down to framing. So we're just going to do Control D, hit F, just do what we did before. Make that dark gray. There you have a frame. Control D, duplicate it. In your Roblox Studio, you'll use a lot of duplication. So it's like a shortcut. So now we have one of the frames. See, it's nice and even. Except for the glass, let's fix the glass. Coming out a little bit. Okay. Nice and even. Walk in, you see there's some sort of glass over here. That's what I'm aiming for. And now we're gonna start with the entrance. So I want this to be gray, but then the entrance to be yellow. So hit a part, then we're gonna make it concrete. And we're gonna do this desert type of yellow. And then we're just gonna put it like that. A block. Perfect, we're finished. Do you have an entrance? Just joking. Okay, so once that's done, it comes down to what I taught you before. Carving the object the way you want it. And we're gonna do a more advanced carve. So it'll be a little harder. Okay, just need to get everything ready. So this is a good size over here, like that. Is it even? Make sure everything's even when you're doing stuff like this. Because once you do it, there's no going back. Okay. Now let's do it. Thickness. This is a good thickness. Okay, so we're gonna do Control D. See the lines? That is where we're gonna carve. So I'm gonna carve. I don't want it rectangle, so I will be negating twice to make an arc. Okay. Now, so we have that, but now we need to insert a cylinder, an arc. Bigger. Okay. There. Bingo. Okay, now that's ready. You can see we're making an arc. Just to make that a little bigger. It's a good size. Okay, now comes to carving the object. So we're gonna start with the simple one, union. Then we're gonna negate that one and union it with that one. You see, we did a mistake right over here. So we have to fix that. So click that, just click separate, and just separate that one. Let's fix that little mistake. Okay, just renegate it, union it, and there we go. As you see, there's that little curve more than this one, but that's the closest you'll probably get. So now we have that. Now we can move on to the walls. Remember to anchor it. That one's already anchored. This one needs to be anchored. Okay. So now what we're gonna do is now we don't want a super thick wall, but we need it thick enough so that some people tend to exploit games and destroy walls. The thicker they are, the harder to break. So we just need to make it thick enough, not too thin. So we're gonna have this as an entrance hallway. Control V. Perfect. I see they're not even, but that really doesn't matter since you can't really see, you're not gonna be like standing from on top. Okay, so now that's ready. Now we're just gonna need to do a little expansion. So Control D, expand. D and expand. I'm making a small shop, not really big, so this is a good size. Now to have everything this right size, I'm just gonna duplicate. That's done. And let's just duplicate this one as well, and done. There we go. We have walls. Now I just need the back wall, of course. Now, when it comes to making interior stuff, it is preferred to make the floor, then the interior, then the ceiling. Ceiling will always be last. So for flooring, I'm just gonna have it, let's say, let's see what we can do. So we have that. I can choose if I want it to make it these. So let's see here. Brick doesn't look good. Slate, nope. Cobblestone is a maybe, but still no. So as you see, running F options. So let's hit to toolbox and go to images. We want something of a hardwood texture, but something rough. So you know what? I have pre-textured models. I'll just go through them and see which one looks good. Can't really see anything because it's loading. Okay. Somewhere on the bottom. There they are. Okay, so let's remove this one. So I already checked these. They have no they have no scripts or viruses whatsoever. Just gonna take time to load them in. Okay. See, they don't load. There we go. We got one. Just need to wait for them to load. I put them far, far away. They have all types of textures. Let's see if anything will interest us. No, not really. They're really smooth. I don't want it that smooth. Okay. Let's check out these ones. Now, these ones are getting better. Let's see. I kind of like this one. So let's do Control U. Uh, I'm debating which one. I like this one. I'm going to do Control B. Building that I'm doing. And this is not bad actually. It's a good size. Just need to make sure that it's smooth. So some they just stretch, so you have to make sure it's not stretching. Some images stretch. This one isn't, so that's good. And there. This is like cobblestone, but it's more of a natural one. Natural version. It's dark gray with some brown. Versus the cobblestone, you cannot mix two colors in once. The default one. So that's done. And we got that part. Now all we need is interior and a test. So first, let us test it out, see if everything is good height and all. Because if it's too small, you cannot jump or move. Let's wait for it to load. Okay, this is good height. You see, this is an entrance. This is a pretty good height. You don't want to jump that high. It's not like you're gonna be jumping or anything in there. So yeah, I like it. Good height. Might make it just a teeny bit taller. Actually, I'm gonna keep it like that, since then I'll have to change this. Okay, now for interior. We're gonna have a small desk area for NPC to be put, which I won't be putting. I'm just making the build. Okay, let's just put a. So if you go to plugins, there's a default one installed. I'm just gonna put an R6 dummy just to measure. Where's the metal? Let's see. The metal's about right here. Is that the metal? That's about the metal. Okay. Now we're gonna just scale this to the way it's supposed to be, like that. There you have it. Guide desk. No, just joking. Okay. So now we're just gonna change the color. So I want it up to, let's say, this height. Okay, let's change the color to a nice gray. And Control D. And there. Now, as I said, framing time. So I was thinking first we will begin with a different flooring for this part. So we'll do Control D, stone, and whoops, messed up. Oh, change the color. This one. Okay. Control D, gray. Actually, no. Let's remove that. do Control D, but then let's make the countertop. This is a good size, like that. Okay, choose the material. I'm gonna try a couple actually. I'm gonna try granite first. Granite looks good, so let's just stay with it. Control D. There you have it, countertop. Oh, you see, that's not even. Let's fix it real quick. Now, if you want, you can add images. I'm not gonna really add anything. I'm just gonna put a nice symbol. I'm just gonna put this one. As far as I know, there is nothing bad on this symbol. So let's just whoops. Okay, T. Okay, I'll just change the color. That's a good one. There you have it. Okay, now we have that. I'm thinking we should add some sort of shelves. Yeah, let's make some shelves. So we'll just select the height real quick, Control D. I want the shelves to be this tall. And I want two, each one this wide. Okay, and we know what we need. Either we can negate or we can just build one. So I think we just build one. So we need to find out first on that, and we need. I want to have the correct length. Okay, that's good. And delete. That's the width that we want. So let's start the shelves. So that's good. That's good. And now let's change the material to a nice wooden plank and a nice brown. Okay, that's good. D. Just hit it. Perfect. Delete. And now we start working on the shelves. So we just duplicated it. So all we need now is a back and some shelves. Here you have a back. Okay. And shelves. Control F. Go back a little bit. And just for the sake of it, I'm just going to put a top part. And a bottom part. There. You know what? Actually, yeah, the bottom part's good. Just gonna group it. So now I can pick it up at once. F. A good size. Shelves here, and then we're gonna have model rack over here. We're gonna use slate. Slate, okay. Let's do a nice gray. Perfect. Now you have these racks, you can put weapons or whatever you're gonna sell. Now to add some cool designs. So to add some designs, we're just gonna put some framing work. So let's just get to it. Okay, just adding in the final details. See, everything together. Okay, now as you see, we have this outline stuff. The simple solution, just make the wall a little thicker. Simple solution. And yeah, so bingo. And there you have it. You got a pretty good shop, if I don't say so myself. And all we're gonna do now is Control V, seal it up. If you go in the shop, but we're not done yet, though. Still have a lot of stuff to work on. So now, since we have that, we need to first actually, I need to unname this dummy. It's starting to get annoying. To unname a dummy, just put spaces. There you go. No name dummy. Okay, so first, lighting or roof designing. Let's start with lighting. Lighting's easy. So I'm just gonna not really make a light bulb. I'm just gonna make an invisible and cannot collide part. So just do smooth plastic. And we're gonna hit that. You see this blue? That means this part that you selected. So I'm gonna hit the plus sign, and I'm gonna do spotlight. So once that's in, I'll put it over here. Then we're just gonna play with the settings a little bit. So delete that and go open properties. Okay, now the trick is playing with the settings. So you want to shine the bottom to shine down. So bottom. You want it a good brightness and kind of a yellow bright structure. Okay, then range, how far it goes. We want it to go actually pretty far. So I'll just move that part a little bit. Perfect. Now all's left, whoops, is brightness. Okay, so now we're just going to be putting the sign. There. And as you can see, you have that transparent. So we're going to go to properties and just untransparent it. And let's change the material to concrete and gray. And now let's do shop. Okay, so you will have to go into Surface UI and then the text. And just change the text to, let's name this, since it's a shop, name it shop. Bingo. And now change the color. Let's do red. And rich text. Now the best part is the font. Choosing a good font. I like to use, where is it? No, not that one. Oh yeah, Patrick Hand. I like to use Patrick Hand, but since it's more of a desert theme, we need to have something that'll look desert. So let's try it. Oswald looks good. Okay, now last but not least, the frame. So as a sign, let's just delete the sign. Rename that to part. And make it even darker. Control Z. And perfect. And there you have it. Got a shop. Last but not least is making sure everything's anchored. Doing that, just need to just hit that and group it. Wait, sometimes takes long since it's a big build, and I like to lock my stuff, as you know, so it can't be selected. And then click play here. Wait for my character to load. And yeah, you got the weapon stand. Perfect size actually. And you got the shelves. Now the shelves you can't climb, so I did it perfectly. For this is good. You got the sign, and yep, that's about it. And then you got the designing framework. Might just want to even that sign out a little, and then you're good. Oh, whoops. Okay, so let us go back to that model. It's the Chinese symbol. Click F. It needs to be shifted a little bit. Perfect. Now we're done. Now let's just actually go to the dummy. Shift them like that. And we are officially done. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please remember to subscribe and like. See you next time.